Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly review of my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. Can we just pause for a moment and just take in the account balance? For those who have been with me for a while, this is such a monumental moment because it has just taken so much to get to this stage. And I know you all have watched the videos when my account was different balances and I was frustrated with the stock market, but here I am today. I have officially exceeded the $200,000 milestone in my brokerage account. I feel like I was pushing a heavy boulder up a huge mountain, and I finally got the boulder over the top. It feels so good to see this account balance, and I'm just so excited for the future and what is to come. So I am totally geeking out right now. I'm just amazed. And I know I did some controversial things such as depleting my emergency fund to help accomplish this goal, but it feels so good to see this balance. Okay, I have some thoughts in terms of next steps as well, but we'll talk through all of it. So, balance on the portfolio is $205,411.54. Let's go ahead and look at the performance for the past week. So for the past week, the portfolio was up 0.89% or $1,797.78. I have three holdings within the portfolio. The first is VU, which is the S&P 500 ETF. That ETF was up 0.86% or $1,115.88. SCHD, which is the Schwab US Dividend ETF. That ETF was up 0.95% or $678.69. And then QQQM, which tracks the NASDAQ 100, it's a growth ETF. It was up 0.16% or $3.21. So overall, a very solid green week, with the leader being SCHD. And I was actually a little bit surprised that QQQM was this low, but it's more volatile, so I suppose that makes sense. It's in brand with how, again, volatile it can be. All right, let's go ahead and look at the deposits for the past week and what happened to take me to over 200,000. So as you've seen here, on October 14th, I put in $6,000. Well, actually, they cleared on October 11th here. You see, 5,500 was cleared in cash deposit. Then later that day, another $500 was cleared for a total of $6,000 that I put in cash into the portfolio. Then on Monday, October 14th, it all traded. So the full 6,000, and it got split up between the three securities that I own, which is great. So SCHD, $896.58 went to that, and I got 31.50 shares. I was actually kind of blown away by how many shares I got from SCHD because it did go through the stock split, but I didn't do the math in terms of, well, how many shares can essentially $900 buy me? But that's a pretty good amount of shares. So I'm really excited to continue to invest in SCHD. But wow, 31 shares. That's great. I have no complaints. And then let's go into VU. The majority of the funds went here, as you see. So $4,866.52. And I got 9.09 shares. It just shows you how expensive VU is, that even with almost $4,900 invested into it. I only got 9 shares. And then QQQM, $236.89 was put into that, and I got 1.15 shares. All right, so that was all of the money that went in this past week. Honestly, it just took so much to get my account to this balance that I just had no temptation to put any more money. I feel like I've done more than enough to, just invest aggressively this year and do the best I can to get the portfolio to 200, and it's at 200, and yes. All right, let's go back and just look at the recap here. So you see I started the week at $197,613.77. I put in $6,000, which I just reviewed with you, and then the market gain of $1,797.78 is what brings the portfolio up to, I just love saying it, $205,411.54. All right, let's look at the holdings. Let's just see how overall the portfolio is doing. So overall, it's up 14.35%, or $25,775.33. Let's look at the holdings. VU is up 13.32%, or $15,421.50. SEHD is up 16.6%, or $10,270. And then QQQM is up 4.3%, or $83.83. All right, so in terms of upcoming deposits, I don't have any. I know sometimes I can give the impression that I'm just flush with cash. I'm actually not. So right now, I don't have any money to invest for next week, but I'm hoping to figure out something to at least invest $25 for next week. So we will see what happens. But the other point I wanted to make was that for the remainder of the year, so the month of November and December, I am going to be slowing down with investing. Keyword slowing down. I didn't say stop, but what that means is, the $5,000 deposits, $3,000, $4,000 deposits, they're not going to happen for the month of November and December for the brokerage account. I did have to deplete my emergency fund plus my kiddos' sinking fund for her ABLE account to get the portfolio to this balance. So I really want the next 2 months to be focused on trying to replenish those accounts as best as I can. So definitely won't be putting larger deposits in the brokerage account. And honestly, since I've hit the $200,000 mark, I'm just feeling more secure about my future. Now, yes, this is nowhere near the amount of money I need to early retire, but still, I just feel like I'm now at a point where the momentum, the compounding, investment returns are really going to start to happen. I mean, pending the stock market doesn't crash, right? So I just feel really good about just the future growth of where this portfolio will be in 5 years, in 6 years, right? I can definitely see this portfolio being well over $500,000. So yeah, I'm just feeling really good. I'm feeling a lot more settled. So again, just going to slow down a bit. So for instance, what I'm thinking high level is for the month of November and December, I will invest $1,000 and that's it. And I know $1,000 is a lot of money, so I don't want to be insensitive when I say things like that. But I think in comparison to my income, it is a smaller deposit than what I could put into the brokerage account. So I think just 1,000. So an additional 2,000 through the end of the year, and just wrapping up 2024 that way. But we'll see what happens. And of course, I'll take you along the journey with me. But I am definitely 100% going to slow down in terms of investing. Maybe slow down is not the right word. I'm going to reduce the amount of money that I invest per week into the brokerage account. because I'm still going to invest every single week. So I just want to make that clear. I'm not going to invest. It's just the amounts are going to be significantly less, and you'll see it in future videos. But again, just this is so amazing. Like, I just love logging into my account and looking at this account balance, and I just can't wait to see what this is going to be like December of 2025. But trying to stay in the present and just enjoy this very beautiful moment. And thank you all for being supportive, for challenging me. I welcome all feedback. Doesn't matter your point of view. We can all learn from each other. But I made it. I made it to 200,000, and stay tuned as I continue to invest aggressively and build this portfolio up to hopefully a very high balance in the future. All right, that's the update for this week, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.